Well, I'm back. Just when you thought you got rid of me, I'm back to see you and check in with you guys again. I hope you guys are having a great conference. And you're probably wondering who I am. I'm Emily, and I come from America. I'm actually in Detroit, which is this is how we do the state of Michigan. Michigan is one of the 50 states, and I'm in Detroit, and Detroit is right here. It's pretty cool. We're coming into spring right now, so the weather is starting to turn beautiful, which makes for great running and cycling. So I love it. I'm doing a little webcam with you guys, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, my experiences with clinical trials, because I know you guys are really starting to ramp up some clinical trials over there, and I'm excited for you because I've heard some good things, so I'm excited. I'll tell you about what I do, how my life with CF is, and how everything else is. Oh, and I should say that I have cystic fibrosis. I'm 30 years old. Not too many gray hairs in there, but I did find a few gray hairs this year, but I'm over it. I'm okay. 30 is good. I feel better at 30 than I did in my 20s, early 20s. So I was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis back in 1983 when I was 18 months old. I was just a little baby. I was having failure to thrive, not gaining weight, ear infections, a cough. So sweat test, the second sweat test I had came back positive for CF. And that's how it's been ever since. Obviously, my parents, when I was a kid, they never treated me any different. I have two older brothers. And growing up, I wanted to be just like them. You know, I wanted to run, I wanted to play outside, play in the dirt, skateboard, play in the playground, play basketball, and I did. My parents let me do it. They let me be who I wanted to be, do what I wanted to do, and most importantly, they encouraged me to stay active because, as we know, being active and exercising is really good for the physio and the lungs, so I strongly encourage exercise. So over the years, you know, my CF kind of progressed a little bit. My lung function started to go down some. I was in the hospital 2 to 3 times a year for anywhere from 3 weeks to 5 weeks at a time. And I just wasn't feeling that great. You know, I was doing all the treatments that my doctors and my CF care team were encouraging, you know, the breathing treatments, taking all my enzymes when I ate. But I just wasn't, I was kind of hanging steady and getting sick. So I knew I had to do something. So probably in 4.5 years ago, I decided I'm going to train for a race. I'm going to start running. And I got to tell you, before that, I was a couch potato. I mean, couch crisp. I don't know. Do you call potato chips crisps? I know they do in Canada, but okay. I was a couch crisp. And the only running I ever did was if it was raining outside and I had to like run to my car or run from my car to go in the grocery store. I really hated running a lot. And I didn't ride a bike probably for 10 years before that. So at this time, like 4.5 years ago, I decided I'm going to start running. I'm going to start riding a bike, and I'm going to start eating healthy and just have a lifestyle change, I guess you'd call it. So I started training for a 5K and then a 10K. And when I did, I mean, I couldn't run very far. I would run to the corner, cough up a lot of mucus and spit it out, and people must have thought I was dying. Then I'd walk a little bit, and then I'd run. So it took about 3 months to be able to build up to run 2 miles. Which is maybe 3K, I don't know. I'm not good at converting things, okay, to metrics. Also, as I started running, I started cycling with a friend, and we had this idea of riding our bikes from Detroit to Chicago, which is 300 and some miles, which again, I can't do it must be about 500K, I'm going to guess, 500K. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. So we did. We trained for a few months, hopped on our bikes, and it was brutal. It was hot. My lungs were hating me from the humidity. I was coughing. I was dehydrated, but we made the trip in 6 days, and it was great. And we've done that trip almost every year since, and it went from riding 50 miles a day to riding 100 miles a day, which is really cool that I can hop on a bike now and run or ride 75 to 100 miles each day. And then now I can run. I went from running 5Ks to 10Ks and now half marathons, which if you would have asked me 5 years ago to run a half marathon, I'd be like, you're kidding. That's sick. But I do it now. And I noticed just 3 months into training until now that my lung function started to grow. It started to get high, to the highest levels that I'd ever seen in my entire life. So that's what keeps me going, this exercising. And I feel great. I mean, I've never felt better. I get up in the morning, I do all my treatments, and I put the vest on, and it shakes me up. I eat a lot, and I'll do a workout. I might go to yoga for an hour or so, and then I'll run either in the afternoon or afterwards, or I'll bike. I'm always doing something, and it's really paid off. You know, it's really paid off. And now I make sure I eat fruits and veggies and grains. That's the base of my diet. I don't eat meat, but I eat a lot because, with CF, we have to eat a lot. So I've had this lifestyle change, and it's kind of worked, and it's great. But I can't base everything off of things that I'm doing. It's helping, but there are things that the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation has kind of launched and spearheaded, and they are the reason I'm alive today, because they are funding this new research. And this new research is incredible. So one thing in particular that I want to tell you guys about is this is a little blue pill. And I know you guys are going to hear a lot about this coming up soon. This pill is called Kalydeco. I love it so much. Okay, so it's a little blue pill that I take twice a day. And I've been on the clinical trial for that drug for the past two and a half years or so. And what it does is it goes right to the CF protein and helps it function better. It helps, my rusty gait is broken. So this little blue pill, which I've named Blue Lightning. So if you hear Blue Lightning, right here, these lips. This helps open my rusty gait so my CF protein can function better. So in essence, if my CF protein can function better, then my symptoms, my cough, my sticky mucus in my lungs, my digestion should be better. And I'm telling you what, it is. Within 4 days of starting the clinical trial for this drug, I noticed that I could take a deep breath without coughing, because usually if I take a deep breath in, I would let it out and cough and go into a coughing fit. I virtually cough up no mucus anymore, unless it's from a cold or allergies. Really, I don't cough. And when I cough, it's really a dry cough, not a lot of mucus, as opposed to 2.5, 3 years ago, my cough was pretty constant and pretty gross. So not only that, my energy level's great. The salt, when we sweat and it's extra salty, it's like a little salt lick. I noticed when I would do these bike rides last summer and the summer before, these 100-mile bike rides in 95-degree heat, usually my black bike shorts and my body would be coated in white salt crystals. But now, after I lick myself and I look at my arm and notice that it's not salty, it's probably like the average, it's the same as my friends who are biking with me. So this little blue pill is reducing the salt. It's incredible. So it is treating the basic defect of cystic fibrosis. Now realize it's only for 4% of the CF population because it targets the G551D mutation. But it is hope. That's my message in life, is hope. We have to have hope. We are on the right track with this drug. We know what it does. We know how it works. And now the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and countless drug companies here in the States and in Europe and all over the world are working hard to make sure that every other patient living with cystic fibrosis will be able to take a drug that does what this does, treats the underlying cause of cystic fibrosis. It's not a cure, but it's controlling cystic fibrosis. And I got to tell you something, that I am living the control right now, and it's amazing. I would never in my life think I could feel as good as I do now. So, I still have to do my treatments. I do 2 to 3 breathing treatments twice a day. I do my vest. I take my pills. I have intestinal blockages still, but I'm better. And I feel great. And it's because of, what I'm doing, running and biking and eating well, but also because of the treatments I'm on and this little blue pill. So get excited out over there. You guys are getting close to these treatments. I wish you nothing but the best. And hopefully I can come over there and run or bike with you guys soon. All right. Have fun. Peace out. And talk to y'all soon. Bye.